Good morning, class. Now today we will start our new chapter, controlling. So after planning, stuffing, directing, now the next step is controlling. So first of all, understand the meaning of the controlling. It refers to the comparison of actual performance with the planned performance and taking correct actions in case of deviations between actual and planned performance. So that means controlling is a very important managerial function, and it is concerned with taking necessary measures or preventive actions to ensure achievement of organizational goal. And controlling is not the last function of the management, but it is the function which bring back the management cycle to planning. And controlling, what does it ensure? It ensures work as per plan. Second, compel the events to conform to plan. Third, actual output not as per target due to lack of control, that means deviation. And the fourth one, comparison between the actual performance and the planned performance. So controlling is very wide in scope, as it does not end only by comparing the actual performance with the planned performance, but it tries to find the reasons and solutions for such problems also. That means controlling always compares what was planned and what is the actual performance, and if there is some deviation, if there is some disbalance between the actual and the planned performance, then the necessary steps will be taken just to find out the deviation between the actual and the planned performance. Okay, just like example, if the planned output is like 1000 units and actual output is 100 units, then controlling function will look for the reasons of this deviation. That means if the reason is fault in the machinery or maybe in the inefficiency of the workers, then the corrective measures are taken by instructing the maintenance department to keep regular check of machinery, and if it is due to inefficiency of the workers, then they are sent for training so that their efficiency can be improved. So controlling again keep this process back to the planning. That means it matches the actual performance with the planned performance, and if there is no balance between the actual and the planned performance, then the reasons for the deviations are tries to find out, and then necessary actions will be taken for the performance. Now there are the two aspects of the controlling function. First one is the strategic control. Strategic control, that means it refers to check how effective the strategies and the plans are, because sometimes there can be deviation in actual performance and in the planned performance due to plans and the strategies. Just like actual output is 800 units and the planned output was 1000 units. So this is the strategic control. Second one, and so that means in the strategic control, if there will be a mismatch due to the underestimation of the plans, so it is called the strategic control. Now second one is your operational control. Operational control, here it refers to focus on the managerial and the other activities of the organization, and that is to find out whether the mismatch is due to fault in the actions or the activities, or in both the aspects. The managers will try to find out the reasons for mismatch and they start taking the corrective measures. Now your next topic is nature of controlling. Nature of, or the characteristics of the controlling. So first one is the goal oriented function. Goal oriented function, that means controlling function makes sure that everyone follows the plan or work is accomplished as per the plan, and plan always aim at achieving the organizational goals. So that means controlling is a goal oriented process. It control system determines whether the plans are being observed and suitable progress is made towards the objective, and it also involves taking corrective actions in case of any deviation. And through controlling, every attempt is made to keep the activities on the right track so that the organizational goals could be achieved effectively and efficiently. Now the second one is the pervasive function. Pervasive function, literal meaning, controlling is not the task of the top level managers, but managers those who are working at all the levels. That means top, middle and the operational level perform the controlling functions. So that means the nature and the extent of the control can be differ from one level to the another, but controlling is required in both business and non-business organization and at every level of the management. Now the third one is the controlling is both backward looking as well as forward looking function. See, controlling is backward looking function as it measures and compares the actual performance with standards fixed in the past. Whereas forward looking function as it aims to improve future performance, which is based on the experience gained in the past. So that means backward, which compares the actual performance and the planned performance which was fixed in the past, whereas the forward one always aims to improve the future performance. Now the last one is the continuous. Controlling is the continuous function because it involves the continuous review of the performance and the revision of the standards. Now your next topic is importance of the controlling. Importance of controlling. First one, accomplish organizational goals. That means helps in achieving the organizational goals. Now what does it mean? That when the plans are made in the organization, these are directed towards the achievement of the organizational goal, and the controlling function always ensures that all the activities in the organization take place according to plan, and if there is any deviation, then timely actions is taken to bring back the activities on the path of planning. So when all the activities are going according to the plan, then automatically these will direct towards the achievement of organizational goals. Second one is judging accuracy of standards. That means through the strategic controlling, we can easily judge whether the standard or the target set are accurate or not. So an accurate control system revises standards from time to time to match them with the environmental changes. Now the third one is making efficient use of resources. Like traffic signal control guides the organization, like traffic signal which controls and guides, similarly guides the organization and keeps it on the right track. So each activity is performed according to predetermined standards, and as a result there is a most and effective use of resources. Now the fourth one, improving employee motivation. An effective control system communicates the goals and standards of appraisal for employees to subordinates well in advance, and a good control system also guides employees to come out from their problems. So this free communication and the care motivates the employees to give the better performance. Fifth one is ensuring order and discipline. Control creates an atmosphere of order and discipline in the organization. An effective controlling system keeps the subordinates under check and makes sure they perform their functions efficiently. And sharp control can have a check over dishonesty and the fraud of employees also. So strict control monitor employees' work on computer motivate, which brings more order and discipline in the work environment. Now the last one is facilitates coordination in action. Control helps to maintain equilibrium between means and ends. That means controlling makes sure that the proper direction is taken and that various factors are maintained properly. So all the departments are controlled according to the predetermined standards which are well coordinated with one another. So control provides unity of direction. So In short, again we will discuss importance of the planning. First, helps in achieving the organizational goals. That means it focuses on goal. Second, judging accuracy of the standards. That means it always makes sure that plans are not underestimated or overestimated. Third, making efficient use of resources. Controlling ensures that there should be no wastages of the resources. So time to time plans are matched. Fourth, improving employees' motivation. That means by communicating the target in advance and motivate the employees, they can achieve the target. Fifth, ensures order and discipline. Strict control ensures discipline and the orderly working conditions. And the last one, facilitates coordination in action. That means controlling ensure proper integration between the various activities. So today we have done the meaning of the controlling, nature of the controlling, and the importance of control.